So, the next song I am going to take a look at is, let me check. It was meant to be that. Sabaton's Lady of the Dark animated video. I have no idea what to expect. I have not heard Lady of the Dark, and I have definitely not seen this video. So let's get this one a listen to.
It's 1964 in Belgrade, Yugoslavia. It's been 50 years since the start of World War I. Events are happening across the country, but here in Belgrade, at the Monument of Gratitude to France, a ceremony is taking place alongside French, British and American dignitaries, many of whom have given service in a war that ended not 5 years earlier. The veterans, officers and dignitaries are seated ready for the ceremony to begin. An old lady, dressed in a long black coat, shuffles towards the front and takes her place in the front row. The men stop talking about their exploits in the war, as curiosity gets the better of them. Who is this old lady dressed in black, sat in the middle of all these great men and heroes? Underneath her hat, the woman's eyes are like steel, but she allows herself a smile as the men's conversation turns to her. Eventually, with curiosity getting the better of him, an American officer leans in towards her and says, "Excuse me, ma'am, but who are you, and why are you here?" The old woman says nothing. She simply stands up and removes her coat. The dignitaries' mouths drop open in shock. This old lady has a chest full of medals like nothing they've ever seen before.
Wow, look at all of those medals. I know what some of them are, but not all of them.
4. Medals for bravery. The officer stammers. Excuse me, ma'am. I meant no offense. You have obviously shown your bravery on the battlefield. Can you tell me your story?" The old lady smiles, and her eyes appear younger as she says, "Well, gentlemen,
Gather round. Let me tell you of the times when women like me were not allowed to fight for our country and our freedom. But I did, anyway.
So a highly decorated female soldier from back then.
In November 1914, Austro-Hungarian troops invaded Serbia. They have reached the Kolubara River. The elite Serbian Iron Regiment are one of many valiantly defending their homeland from the foreign invaders. The Iron Regiment's assault bomber squad of shock attack troops has a commander that's tough, battle-hardened and a fierce fighter. Milunka Savic, a woman in a man's uniform, has proven again and again her bravery and determination. Her expertise with grenades makes her a match for any man, and she is both feared and respected. The Serbs are outnumbered and overwhelmed, and despite the pleas from her comrades, she decides to cross no man's land. Armed with a rifle and 3 bandoliers of grenades, she's determined to take the fight to the
Look at her go.
enemy.
I like how when they shot her, they looked at each other like, oh yeah, she was just as easy as we thought she'd be. And they soon found out otherwise.
Soldier with no will to kill with a philanthropic heart. Break the norm, she's the girl in uniform. Fighting side by side with men, she will fight until the end. Like to be respected and to change her brother's fate. Took a bullet, earned her freedom, and a place.
And now she gets behind a machine gun and just like totally demolishes them all.
Among the stars, and she served the Iron Squadron, served the toughest of them all. No fear of dying, for the front line she was born. Sacrifice, she took her brother's place. War to war, a place where she belonged. Raise your hand for the lady of the dark. Soldier with no will to kill with a philanthropic.
And now she's being what's called, I think, a flag runner. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Break the norm, she's a girl in uniform. Fighting side by side with men, she will fight until the end. Don't fear the reaper, don't fear the war. She's better than life, all brothers. She'll fight for honor, she'll fight for life. A lady goes to war.
And she didn't like the fact that she actually got injured because the whole time she hasn't been.
Raise your hand for the lady of the dark. Raise your hand for the lady of the dark. Soldier with no will to kill with a philanthropic heart. Break the norm, she's the girl in uniform. Fighting side by side with men, she will fight until the end.
After the battle, the new commander of the Iron Regiment asked in front of the regiment, "Which soldier or non-commissioned officer deserves the highest military decoration of Serbia, the Order of the Star of Karađorđe, for their part in the Battle of Kolubara?" A cry went up among the men.
Milunka.
Milunka Savic. Milunka Savic. Milunka Savic. Milunka, the Lady of the Dark. Milunka was informed in hospital of the award. She quickly returned to the front lines. This was just the start of her career. Milunka Savic became the most decorated woman soldier in history, with medals from several nations for her bravery. Milunka Savic, Lady of the Dark, bomber of Kolubara, and the most decorated woman in history, finished her days living a quiet life in Serbia and passed away in 1973.
Okay. Stupid video. I'm almost about to cry. That was a very inspirational story. The most highly decorated female officer, like a female soldier. And it wasn't even, it was in Serbia of all places. And I have never, ever, ever heard of this lady. Like, never once. And my father is military, mind you. He does like talking about how good he is. So he probably wouldn't be talking about some random lady that he didn't even know. But yeah, I'm actually I'm back in in the World War. Yeah. Yeah, I actually almost cried because it was just like, oh my god, absolutely amazing. And I'm kind of a little teary now, and I don't think I should be, but maybe I am supposed to be. I don't know what the proper reaction is for that, but I actually have got watery eyes right now. So, yeah, that was suggested to me to watch from YouTube comments. So I am very, very, very thankful, and my camera keeps deciding it's going to change colours. So sometimes I got blue hair, sometimes I got purple. So yeah, I'm very, very, very impressed with that song. I've been given a list of about um 5 different Sabaton songs, actually 7. 7 Sabaton songs, 5 of them are from one person, the rest are from somebody else. And my hair's gone blue instead of purple again. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Ah, a loose connection by the looks of that. Okay, I fixed it. Like bashing the TV on the side, you know. All right. Yeah, so very happy about that. I will work my way through other Sabaton songs as time goes on. I was originally only doing this on a Monday. I'm now doing this on Monday and Friday. So there's plenty of opportunity for it because I'm getting a list so long of things that people are going, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this. So yeah, very happy that I watched that Sabaton song. And I'm looking forward to watching the others, which I am not previewing first. I'm going to wait until I do them so that I've got a proper reaction, because Sabaton is a band that I actually don't know very much about. Okay. I actually had to blow my nose and everything. I had to grab a drink, but I needed to blow my nose because I was actually thinking about the fact that, I don't know, they always talk about great women in history and shit like that, right? Like Marie Curie and, I don't know, Florence Nightingale. And they always talk about men's accomplishments in battles and wars. And it would have been nice that somebody taught us about that there was a great female that did that. There's probably more great females. Like, she's most highly decorated, but yeah, that's actually an inspirational thing. And it's quite saddening that nobody ever talks about her, not even in school. Like, we all talk about World War One, World War Two, Gallipoli, all that sort of stuff, right? And we have Anzac Day in Australia. So we celebrate all these decorated people. Australia itself is a multicultural country. Like, we've got lots of different nationalities here. And still, not once was this woman from Serbia ever talked about. So I'm kind of like saddened and upset by that, like angry that that sort of information was kept from people. So good on Sabaton for actually promoting it and telling people what's going on.